Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? And welcome back to another edition of the Sports Hub podcast.
Locking in podcast.
Lock it in podcast. Too much podcast is going on. I forgot we combined them. What's up, Super Taj? Thank you so much for joining us tonight. That being said, we're supposed to have the big bald Azure guy on tonight, but something came up, so he can't make it. That being said, thank you, Nate, for joining. Thank you, Logan, for joining. How you guys been? My other co-host, and how's you guys' week been since we met last?
Your boy's
Man,
living big now, bro.
yeah.
Nice.
Giant win, big win, 7-2 for the first time like forever.
Absolutely. So like how we usually do it, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go over the picks. We're gonna cover the UFC. We have a play of the week we're gonna get into. But that being said, we're probably gonna start it off at the UFC. Then we'll probably go to the play of the week, and then we'll probably do the picks, and then we'll top it off at the Giants and recapping the win and all of that kind of stuff. So that being said, the UFC 281 happened this Saturday, and major things has changed in the middleweight division. So that being said, I'm gonna have Nate recap. First, we're gonna do the Destin Poirier, the Diamond Poirier versus Michael Chandler. What's your thoughts about that fight?
Honestly, like I was surprised that Justin submitted Chandler. I thought if it was going to go to the ground, I thought Chandler would submit him easily, but Dustin is unbelievable. Like, honestly, I think now after that performance, after what he adversity was the biggest thing I've always had with Dustin. Honestly, Sage never cut. But I just shocked Chandler. Everyone knew I wanted Chandler to win that fight. Michael Chandler is one of my favorite fighters in the UFC because he's been through a lot of. He's been the trash talker. He's basically been the Conor McGregor, but at this generation right now, he's been talking shit. But he's lost 5 straight fights, so you can't really talk shit in the end. Lose 5 straight fights, besides him being on a terrible losing streak. But I think he's in a bounce back. But I think
Michael Chandler.
Chandler's been on a losing streak.
Got you.
He's been on a big losing streak. Dustin's back in the win column, which everyone knows. I like both of these guys, so I didn't care who win this fight. But he's a legend. Dustin is one of the best fighters in probably UFC history for lightweights. He's one of the best.
Absolutely.
Consistent always. He never rejects a fight besides if it's Nate Diaz, that's a different topic. But Dustin is a great fighter. I hope he gets the title aspiration soon because he's right there still.
Absolutely.
So
only losing to champions like Oliveira and champions like Khabib. Absolutely, not to take the mic away from you, Nate, but absolutely agree with you what you said. I can't echo enough how big of a fan I am of Destin Poirier. You explained it in your segment as well. Getting into that Ray Lee fight, Ray Lee demolished. I knew that was going to happen. I think we both did.
It was obvious.
Now, Carlos, that's the name, right? Carlo. She first held the championship, and then Joanna took it away from her, and then she got it back against a Rose that was off that night. That wasn't Rose, Rose just seemed off.
I honestly at the minute I watched the fight over again. Mm-hmm. I had Rose winning 3-2, but I know a lot of people had the last round. The last round I thought Rose killed it, so that's why I thought it was 3-2 Rose.
Absolutely, but getting into the Ray Lee, it just shows you there's levels to this shit and there's levels to this competition. Ray Lee is clearly now bringing the belt back to China. A dominant China fighter in the UFC. And that being said, do you want to say anything about that before we get into the main upset or the main cord or the main fight?
That I couldn't believe it because Carla's a great wrestler. That's the one thing she's always done. She took down Rose with ease. If you watch the fight, she took down Rose with ease. Absolutely. It wasn't even close. She's a wrestler. That's how she was going to win this fight. But the shocking thing was, Wei Li used the wrestling against her. The striking Wei Li has is now in her wrestling that she went to Henry Cejudo, who's one of the best fighters in UFC history. And I don't care who anyone else.
I do not agree with that, but I'll let you have your point.
He's about to be.
We can debate that another day.
Triple C is about to come back. He's about to be 4C soon before he gets that title soon. Watch out to anyone in any division.
I think Alex beats him.
You all right, but that's a way different topic.
I think Alex beats him. I think a topic for another day.
Yeah, but I think Wei Li is unbelievable. She's unbelievable. Her and Carla. That's going to be a big
Absolutely,
fight.
We'll drop the link for you. We usually don't do this, guys. This is gonna be a first, but this is a homie, so we're gonna drop the link. One of our main homies from Big Blue Crew. So we'll drop the link. Logan, can you send Lou the link so he can help us recap this?
I got you, Lou.
Thank you, man.
Lou, shout out to Lou.
But continue with that Wei fight.
Wei, like, this is the only problem I have with her. If she's going to fight versus Rose, which we've seen before, it was close. Mm-hmm. That's the closest fight Rose has probably ever been besides Carla. That's why the two only fights she's been in that she's been adversity against. And the thing with Rose is, and this is what I'm scared about with Rose, is she's going to verse Wei Li. Wei Li has power. She ain't going to use Rose and her both have good power. So I don't know how she's going to use, and I think the wrestling that Rose has too could be effective. But Wei Li has shown now she can wrestle now. She's ain't the same Wei Li that used to just stand there and just strike. Now she can wrestle. So Wei Li, she's improved. She's now much better than she was against Rose.
Absolutely. That being said, man, this whole UFC 281 card was amazing. I didn't watch the earlier fights, but I looked it up. You know, that Chandler versus McGregor of the generation is wild. Oh yeah. Get into it. As we're waiting for Lou, he's gonna join us shortly. We can recap the main event. But for the meantime, I want you to recap the if you watch Dominic Reyes fight and if you watch the Franklin fight.
I'm telling you right now, Ryan Spann is gonna be a champion one day. Watch how this dude, he's literally called Superman.
Mm-hmm.
He is unbelievable. Like, and people don't understand, Dominic Reyes ain't no scrub. He's basically he versed one of the greatest of all time and put him in 5 rounds.
The greatest.
Yeah, the greatest. Sorry. And he owns. And people said he beat him. People said he beat him, and I thought he beat him. So everyone probably. And Ryan Spann, he's finally what I told him what he had to do since Anthony Smith, which Anthony Smith in this division ain't no scrub. Anthony Smith is still competing. Yeah, but he made Dominic Reyes look like he's not even in here. He looked like he's in Bellator right now after the way he.
It was that bad. I didn't watch the fight. I just looked it up.
Go on my Twitter. You'll watch that shit, and he put him flatline. It was over like that. When he went, I'm telling you, when he landed a punch, people from the crowd even said, "Ow!" Before
people from the crowd even said,
"That was crazy." But
as we add G Nation to the stream, what up, G Nation? Let's get it. If you guys don't know already, Logan's about to drop the link to his channel. Make sure you go sub him up, part of the Big Blue Crew. Now that being said, Nate, you can wrap it up and then we can move into the main card, the main event.
Yeah. Spann, I think Spann's a contender. Okay. I just the only problem with him is his wrestling, but that's usually every heavyweight right now. But a shocking fight. Molly lost. Do y'all know Molly McCann?
Molly McCann, yeah.
Hattie's
that girl. The one that trades with Uriah?
No. It's the one that trades with Patty. You're talking about the other.
Patty, sorry.
This is the one that's Patty's friend. The one that made I'm not gonna say that because that's definitely hate for the show. But Molly's a good fighter, but Ern's gonna be a good fighter too. She's a fight. They're fight weights. They do usually fight like if you land a punch and it's not that hard, it's over. But Molly's a good fighter, but she's versing high level competition, and I think she's like 20 something.
Yeah, she's young. 20, she's a young one.
I think she's up 29s now.
Upper 29s, well, upper 20s.
But I was shocked about that. But that's usually it wasn't that predicted. I predicted a lot of these fights to go the way they were. Besides Spann, I thought Reyes would knock him out. But
me too.
Spann,
I was about to parlay that.
His shape, he was in shape this time. Anthony Smith, I told people he was not in shape. This is the first time I actually seen him. He was in shape, and he actually said he gained a lot more pounds since the Smith fight. So,
absolutely.
I'll tell you what, Chandler outpunched himself, got gassed, and Poirier whooped his ass.
Absolutely. Now let's get G Nation's thoughts on the Poirier fight, on the Ray Lee fight before we get into the main event.
Sorry, I called them fights.
I seen that. I was in Vegas at the time. I seen you guys calling it. Let's
Hope
get
you wasn't over there losing money.
Actually, Juan, what's up, East Coast Gridiron? I bet straight on the Redskins, took that money and walked to that chat, cashed out real fast, that plus 400. But that's a topic for another later on in the stream. That being said, though, went down for my first nephew's birthday party. It was pretty nice, you know what I'm saying? Nice venue. That being said,
First
though,
nephew?
getting into that, my nephew, yeah, his first
That's said
birthday
first
party.
nephew.
Yeah, that's his first nephew. My nephew turned 1. That being said, his
No,
first
I'm saying
party.
that's you said your first nephew. That's your first.
That's my
Like your
only
only
nephew. That's my
nephew.
only. My sister only has 1 kid, and that's her first. And then he
So how's
just
that
turned
feel?
1.
How's it feel
That
to be
feels
your
great.
uncle?
That feels great. I always was around, like, because a lot of friends and other family members had kids. So I always was around kids, but it actually feels good because you know, from a we're not getting into my life, you know what I'm saying? And for my sister,
well, you
she's
gotta
really
teach him
happy
a
and stuff
haka.
like that. Absolutely. That being said, though, UFC 281. Now, I know early on, 3 months ago, I had a feeling that, I'm just gonna say it. I usually don't recap this, but I had a feeling that if anybody was to do it, it was gonna be Alex. When this guy punches you, people fly 5 feet. He can cover 7 feet in the blink of an eye. But that being said, Izzy was winning this fight. Now I want to ask you guys to review the fight, and I want you guys to also answer this question: what did Izzy do wrong?
He kept
the end
letting
of
him
that
get him
fight.
against the gate.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. So
Cage
let's
again.
let G Nation go as our guest, and you can go right after him, Nate.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop interrupting. Go ahead.
No,
Nate.
we
No,
always
it was
let the
your
guest
turn
go
anyways.
first.
I was just saying
Yeah.
true.
Nate gets super
You can
excited
go.
when he talks UFC.
Okay,
It's okay.
because he was beating him for the whole fight, but then he would like get lazy and get up against the fence, like showboating kind of.
Yep.
And you can't go showboating with a guy when you're in there fighting. You ain't wrestling. It's not staged. When you fighting, you fight
He was
like you can't be in there playing.
a little bit too loose, you know?
Yeah. Especially with the only guy that's beaten you before. Granted, it was kickboxing, not MMA, but still, this guy beat you. So he has an air of confidence.
Yep.
And you have that thought in the back of your mind. Therefore, you need to be super focused. You know what I mean? Not
All
playing
25
around.
minutes. Absolutely. Yeah. What's your thoughts on that, Nate?
My biggest thoughts was Alex. I think they said he weighed in at 280. Not 280. He was like I think they said like 226 when he was not the official weight, not the commercial weight crap, but he was when he got into the fight. They said he gained like 20 or 30 pounds. So he looked.
Yeah, they all do that.
I was
you know.
I was like, and Izzy, of course, Izzy wants to be lighter because this is the problem with him going up to heavyweight, in my opinion. He's lengthy. These guys can just take him down and maul him. That's
exactly what Wally did to him.
He's a 185er, and he's a 185er, and he's great at 185. Stop talking about 205, where you lost to Jan Blachowicz so easily that people were already calling the fight in the 3rd round.
That's true. And what I took out of this too is exactly what Lou said. Like, it's okay. You know, Anderson was one of the greatest because he had that streak and he could play around with his opponents. But him playing around with his opponents was him filling it out and dancing. Now, Izzy was dancing and Izzy was loose, but there comes a time and a place where you don't put yourself up against the cage. And some people may say, oh, it was an early stoppage. Absolutely not. Now, these fighters are in there. Obviously, they signed the paper, they signed the contract to fight. But then also, too, we have to protect their brain, and the referee did an amazing job. That being said, he was out on his feet. He was robbing, he was ducking, but that was just instincts. Being a fighter for his entire life, that was just instincts. And as much as I was an Izzy fan, I was kind of let down in this one because he could have had him out of there. You know, obviously the round ended in the round number 1. Izzy knocked him. You know what I'm saying? He was dazed on his feet. And then in round 2, in round 3, Izzy kind of let his foot off the gas pedal. And I think what it was he felt the power of his jab. He felt the power of Alex's jab. And he's like, I don't want to feel that. So Izzy wasn't as he was more ultra passive aggressive, what I say.
Yeah.
And that what kind of led him to get kind of like comfortable, kind of playing it out. And that's one thing I called about it early on was Izzy was never known to have the knockout, and he was known to get hit and get dazed and fighting decision. You know, obviously he has some knockouts. Obviously he has some knockouts on his resume. But that being said, he was known to go the distance. And 25 fights, exactly what happened to Joanna. You know, it takes a toll on your body. You know what I'm saying? 25 minutes, no matter what level you're at in the sport. And that's why we see UFC titles change hands so recently. You know what I'm saying? We have Usman that just got knocked against Edwards. That's going to be an immediate rematch. And then some fans are saying Izzy doesn't deserve the immediate rematch because he's 3-0.
No, he does.
He's 0-3 against him, but that's 0-2 in another sport. So I say give Izzy. There's no, like, obviously what I'm more concerned about is if they don't give the fight to Izzy and if Alex faces a wrestler, because if Izzy was to just put his pride to the side and take this guy down, he was tired. Alex was tired. Alex hasn't wrestled like this. You know what I'm saying? So if he faces someone like that can actually wrestle, like a Melvin Victoria, or someone that can actually just take him down and maul him on the ground.
I talked about this the other day. Imagine if Calvin Gastelum versus this dude.
Exactly.
Gastelum will be wrestling for days.
Exactly.
He would not stop. If I was him, I would keep on wrestling.
You just wrestle. Exactly. But that's that being said, Nate, we already
if he had decent wrestling, he'll be fine. Honestly, if he had decent wrestling, like average level wrestling, he obviously could defend a takedown. He should be fine. But
I think if I'm his coach, I don't even train stand up. He has that. He is a kickboxer. He's a former kickboxer. Just train wrestling and BJJ. Train wrestling and BJJ. I wouldn't even sport if I was him. He has shown to have the. Now I didn't really watch that much of his kickboxing fights, but when you take out someone like Sean Strickland, and then you go and you take out someone like Izzy, you don't need to train stand up. Those are some of the best two strikers in the division, and he back to back. You know. That being said, Lou, do you have any more thoughts on the subject before we go into the play of the week?
The play of the week.
Yeah, we do different segments, and the next one up is the play of the week. So, Logan, let's play that clip.
Here's your cue, Logan.
What we're gonna do, guys?
Wait! You just asked me if I had anything to say, and then you just went into Logan play the clip.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, no pausing moments. I don't even wait for the guest to talk. That being said, Lou, any final words on that? Please take your time.
Yeah, the play of the week. There's numerous ones in that Giants game.
We're gonna be unbiased in this play of the week, though.
Michael McFadden, bro, is the player of the week for Lou, bro.
That's awesome. Any final thoughts on UFC 281, Lou?
Yeah, it's over.
I love that.
Izzy lost.
Alrighty. So, with that being said, play of the week. Justin Jefferson.
Orchard Park with 2 minutes left in a 4-point game.
The OBJ
Kirk Cousins back to throw on 4th and 18. He's given time. He wants Jefferson. Climbs the ladder. Oh my goodness!
With a guy on his back, too.
OBJ did it better.
That. Now let's watch the replay and
we'll did it better.
Review it.
Oh my goodness.
God.
And remember, I told you guys he's coming home. Remember who said it first.
We'll talk about that after stream. I love the video, by the way. 3 weeks in advance. Lou always drops it first. Let's get it. Lou, what do you think about the play of the week?
Nah, that shit was fly. I can't hate. That was, I mean, the concentration, the skill, the agility, the timing.
Yo, ECG, bro. Stop the meat writing.
Whoa.
Sorry, we'll continue.
What the? Pause.
Sorry, continue.
What the hell? Am I talking to Joel? What's going on here?
Little baby Joel right here.
Right, Joel Jr.
Joel Jr. JJ. All right. Continue, Lou. Sorry for that interruption by JJ.
Shit, what was we talking about?
We were talking about the play of the week, how Jefferson clearly took it out of the defender's hand.
The concentration, the agility, the awareness. I mean, he balled out on that. That was, you know, it takes an amazing skill set to do that. And, you know, he still bit off of OBJ, though. I don't care what nobody say. A Giant did it first.
Big Blue, check them out. Die-hard Giants fans like we all were. That being said, go right ahead, Nate.
Look, when this happened, you can understand a vendor right behind him. The Odell catch, in my opinion, is still better. As a Giants fan, of course, I'm going to say that. It's still the catch is unbelievable. I think was it like 4th and 16?
I don't know what exactly it was.
Your internet.
Really, it was. But It was a good catch. I'm a Giants fan. Of course, I'm gonna say Odell's better. Odell's gonna be a Giant. He's probably gonna make that catch much better. But
Well, Odell caught it.
You already did.
Odell caught it with 3 fingers after being pass interfered on. So,
yeah, Logan, Logan's about the meat ride. Watch this shit.
My thoughts. I'm gonna say that Justin Jefferson's one was better because Justin Jefferson also had a defender on his back throughout the whole catch.
Pause on it being on his back.
And I'm gonna have to take my bias out of this, and I'm gonna say that OBJ originated it. He was the one to do it first, but I'm gonna agree with Logan. I'm gonna say the way he took it out of a defender's hands and still was able to, Jefferson already has 1,000 yards. He's clearly showing he's one of the best, if not the best receiver right now in the league. Not to diss Cooper Kupp, he does his thing as well. But that being said, man, shout out to Jefferson.
Well, not no more. Cooper Kupp's hurt.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Was it 9 games in, and Jefferson has over 1,000 yards? So let's get it.
Tyreek Hill is number 1 right now, man.
Mm-hmm. That being said, let's get into picks of the week.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Alrighty. All right. So this is how we do this segment, Lou. If you did, I know you watched the show before, but if you just touch up everybody's memory, we're gonna recap the game, and then we're gonna pick if you're gonna bet on the game, if you're gonna take the +3, or if you take the -3. So that being said, I'm gonna begin it first.
Well, I know absolutely shit about gambling.
Yeah,
I'm gonna begin it first, and
I used to roll dice in the hood back in the day, and then I found out that they rolled dice at the foot of the cross for Jesus' garments, and I never gambled again.
Got you. Well, we do a little bit things different here. We usually we first started off by giving our score predictions, but then we made it to a point where we maybe can help people make some bets this weekend if they do bet. Starting off with the Thursday night game, we got the Tennessee Titans going down to Lambeau. Now Lambeau Packers are coming off.
I don't have to watch this game.
I'm watching it. Lambeau is coming off.
That's going to be a good game, believe it or not.
Exactly. Lambeau is coming off a victory against the Cowboys. And that being said, they're playing at Lambeau, so they're going to give the Tennessee Titans +3. So that being said, I think
that was a lot bigger than just that, Zion. You can't just roll past that like that. What we witnessed in that.
I think we lost Lou.
Chemistry together, and the offense finally getting some damn cohesion. I mean, so that was the start. You remember Aaron Rodgers, as much as I dislike him, this is the same guy who said we're going to run the table, and they came out and ran the table. This is the same guy who called his team out and said we're going to step up and we're going to go to the playoffs, and they stepped up and went to the playoffs. So that was all he was lacking, was having some continuity and some chemistry with his offense and his receivers. Now that leads to confidence. Confidence leads to more wins. More wins leads to probable wild card, miracle story season. So I would expect them to come out guns blazing against Tennessee.
Absolutely, and I want to thank Big Fridge. Hopefully we can help you win some money too. If you guys followed my Redskins bet, this one, Redskins cashed. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, Lou, should we take who are you going for this one? Are you going to go with the Packers or are you going to go with the Tennessee Titans?
The 6-3 Titans seem to be more of a well-rounded team because they've been winning for a while now. Whereas the Packers just starting to hit their stride, so I think it'll be a shootout. But I think the Tennessee Titans will nudge it out at the end. Close victory, like 2 or 3 point game.
Absolutely, and I was just laughing because yes, we do not condone gambling to minors here. Please be over 21 of age.
Oh, I'm $700 in debt, boy. Yo, listen, one sec. Before we let Nate go, I'd like to say, children younger than me, around my age, and above me slightly, if you're not over the age of 18, don't bet because I'm $750 in debt. Thank you for this time.
That being said, time and the place. Nate, let's give your picks on the game. Go and then follow them with Logan.
Yeah, I was gonna say give me Tennessee +3. Green Bay is just an iffy team. The Packers have been losing weapons left and right, but I just don't know what Rodgers is gonna do. One week he throws for 4 touchdowns, the next week he throws 3 interceptions and fumbles the ball like 19 times. So Logan, you can go.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is a tough one because either the Packers can be the Packers and just become a good team again, or they can just sink with their guy Aaron Rodgers, which I think that's what they're going to do this week. The Packers are favored -3. I'm actually going to go with the Titans by around 4 here. So give me the Titans by 4. Hot take: Derrick Henry's going to have 200 yards on the ground.
That's Logan talking?
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, he
I
got
honestly
some bass in his voice.
I honestly agree with Logan. If you look at it, I believe the Packers are really, really bad against the run. Derrick Henry is going to go off in this game. Now, I know that one kid has 3 touchdowns, 100 yards, finally have chemistry, and I know Aaron Rodgers will feed him because of that. They have a lot of receivers out. They have Cobb out. They have Dobbs out. Lazard is kind of banged up, and plus 2, Lazard will target their number 1 cornerback. So that being said, the Titans against the pass ain't really the best, but at the end of the day, give Derrick Henry the ball. I know Ryan Tannehill came back off of the ankle injury he had, and he had an amazing game last week. But that being said, I'm going to take the points here. Give me +3 with the Titans, and we're going to ride on that. So I believe everybody is taking the Titans, and +2 we win. We have by 3. So even if the Packers win 21-20, you cover if you pick the Titans. Let's get it. That being said, I think this is one of the highest scoring on the day. We have Carolina Panthers going down to Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens are giving them 13 points, so Baltimore Ravens has to win by 13 or more to cover the spread. Who do you got in this one, Lou? And I'll be right back. Hold it down, guys.
Who do I got in Baltimore Ravens versus who?
Carolina Panthers.
And the Ravens. Dumbass.
Do you think they cover the spread here, or do you think if they win, they have to win by 13 or more to cover the spread?
Man, it's the Carolina Kittens. Yeah, they're gonna cover the spread. They're gonna whoop their ass by like 21 points. That's Lamar Jackson versus
Baker Bumfield.
Right. Bum Mayfield.
Yeah, man. Yo, Nate, what do you got?
PJ
bro?
Walker. PJ Walker at receiver. Yeah, give me the Ravens. It's always going to be the Ravens. The Panthers are about to tank for their lives after this week, and probably the Falcons will probably win that game and probably be back in the division. You don't know about that division, but give me the Ravens.
Now this game, I'm just gonna say it off the bat. Lamar Jackson's gonna score 7 total touchdowns this week, and I'm not playing. I'm not saying that the Panthers defense is that bad, but they're in 100% take mode. The Panthers are about to let up 7 touchdowns to the third best quarterback in the league, Lamar Jackson. So give me not the Panthers. Give me the Ravens by 27 points.
You said the third best quarterback in the league. Who were the first 2?
Mahomes and Allen.
You bugging. You drunk.
Daniel Jones.
I'm gonna tell you who the top 3 are.
Okay.
Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones, and DJ. And there's another one who's coming in 4th, and they call him number 8 for the New York Football Giants. This motherfucker got 153.3. Kirk Cousins ain't doing that shit. No,
you're muted.
The New York Football.
You cut off, Lou. With that being said, we'll wait for him to come back. But I don't know in this one. That is a tough feat to cover that 13 points. But the Baltimore Ravens is at home.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. The Baltimore Ravens. Yes, we can.
Can you hear me now?
We got you,
man. The Baltimore Ravens is playing at home. I think the crowd gets behind it. I think they win by 17 or by 14. Moving on to the Eagles against the Colts here. Now, the Eagles did take their first loss against Washington Commanders. That being said, they are giving the Colts +7. What are you guys' thoughts on this one?
Why the whole crowd had to get behind them? Pause.
Go right ahead, Lou. What's your thoughts on the Eagles versus the Colts?
The Eagles versus the Vikings. I think Kirk Cousins is going.
The Colts.
That's right. It is the Colts. It's Dallas playing the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I think Jeff Saturday got them boys fired up. Colts. Colts might mess around and follow the blueprint of what the Redskins did.
It's like I said, we want blood.
Go right ahead, Nate. I think Lou's mic.
I said Jeff Saturday. Jeff Saturday might have them boys fired up, and they might follow the blueprint of what the Redskins did to them, and straight run on their ass.
I absolutely agree. Go right ahead, Nate.
Yeah, I'm being a fan. Give me the Colts. I really want this. I really want to be in first place.
Go right ahead, Logan.
Give me the Colts.
Okay, listen, man. So the Eagles are favored by 7. All right, here's the deal, bro. Sure, I could be biased here. I could pick the Colts, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So give me the Indianapolis Colts by 3. I'm going to say follow the Washington formula. Jonathan Taylor, 132 yards rushing this week and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with all of you guys. I think the Eagles lose back-to-back here. I think coming off of that bye week and coming off of that long week against that Thursday night against the Texans and then playing Washington and then losing to Washington, I think they overlooked Washington. I think they got real too comfortable. Jalen Hurts is going to do his damnness. Jalen Hurts is playing absolutely great football right now. He's going to do his damnness to try to fire up the team. But that being said, I think the Colts get it done here. Won the ball. Follow what the Commanders did. Absolutely right. We got the Cleveland Browns versus the Buffalo Bills here. Buffalo Bills is given the 7.5. That is a nice spread there. Nice and tricky. Vegas knows what they're doing in this one. Go right ahead, Lou.
G Nation, you there?
Go right ahead, Nate.
Give me the. Yeah, just give me the Bills. Honestly, the Bills are about. After last week, they're about to murder the Browns. Deshaun Watson, bro? After this week,
go right ahead, Logan.
Okay, listen, man. We get to see our boy Deshaun Watson. No, I'm not even gonna make that joke. That's too far. We get to see Watson back next week. That's good for him, man. Well, excited to see him play. But for this week, the Bills are favored by 7. Yeah, give me the Bills by 10, and then I'll say the Browns get back on track next week. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, I think it's too late because the Browns got too many losses on the season. But next year, the Browns will be a good team as long as our boy doesn't get any legal.
He's not. Deshaun Watson is one of the best quarterbacks, but if he comes back looking like what he was, he could emerge as a top 5 quarterback real fast to that standard. But right now, we don't know. It's been a long time since he played, and we got Lou's mic working again. Lou, you was gonna say something?
Zion, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear who the top 3 quarterbacks are right now?
Who?
Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones, and DJ.
Yes, I did hear that.
Okay.
I'm gonna give my take real fast against the Browns and Bills, and then we're gonna turn it over to Lou, and he can give his take. I'm gonna take the Browns in this one. I'm gonna take the plus 7.5. I think Buffalo wins this game by 7. I think Buffalo wins this game by 7 or 3. I think it's going to be a tough game. And if I'm betting on this game, I'm taking that plus 7.5 because Buffalo will get this victory, but the Browns have a great defense. Myles Garrett.
Did you say 7-3?
No. I said the Buffaloes is probably going to win by 7 or 3. So I'm going to take Cleveland plus 7.5. And I think that's a bait for Vegas. I know a lot of people is thinking that Buffalo is going to kill the Browns here and take minus 7.5. When Buffalo wins by 7, whoever took the Browns is going to get paid. So I'm going to take the Browns plus 7.5, but Buffalo will win this game. Go right ahead, Lou.
Well, after all the mistakes that were made in the fourth quarter of that game against the Vikings, and after that loss, which is hard to swallow, that they're still feeling right now, I guarantee you Buffalo going to come out there and light their ass up and play mistake-free football and put up like 42 points on their ass. Watch what I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. I can see that outcome as well. That being said, let's move into the Los Angeles Rams versus New Orleans Saints. Saints is giving the Rams plus 4. Who we got in this one, Lou?
Neither one. They both stink. I had to call the Saints game on Thursday night the other day. I stopped calling it. We just started talking about other shit. I pulled one of your shows. We started talking about movies, old music, old wrestlers.
What was that called? The Ninja Chop? We did that one.
The Judy Chop.
The Judy Chop? Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I love it.
I didn't invent that shit. That's
I know.
That's Diamond Dave's Ninja School. Judy Chop School.
Oh, that's lovely. I love that. Nate, who do you got in this one?
Wait, cut me out. Because at this point, just give me the Saints. I don't really care about this game. I'm probably going to sleep during this game.
Saints. Who do you got in this one, Logan?
Oh, great. John
Wolford. Try to give me some poontang during this game.
John Wolford versus Andy Dalton. I'd rather kill myself, which I might actually do very soon. So give me that New Orleans
Don't ever
Saints.
say that, man.
Give me the New Orleans Saints.
Not even playing around. There's power in words.
Absolutely. And I think I'm going to take the Rams in this one. I'm going to take the Rams plus the 4. Moving on. Let's go with the Detroit Lions versus the New York
Remember this, no
Giants.
matter how bad it gets, you always have a fresh start the next day.
That's facts.
No matter how bad it gets, you always have a fresh start and a clean slate the next day.
That's a good
facts. That being said, great motivation to Logan Lou. Thank you on that one. We got New York Giants versus Detroit Lions. Let's go. The game that Lou was waiting to talk about, the New York Football Giants. Go right ahead, Lou.
We're going to push your fucking ass. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a thing of beauty. It's going to be something spectacular to watch. We're going to lose by 3 in a shootout.
But like the shootout, and you think New York Giants will lose by 3?
Yeah.
Alrighty, go right ahead, Nate.
Coming into this game feeling confident, but forgetting the fact that our wide receivers are a bunch of damn ex-meth heads 3 days into recovery. So
Jesus.
That's how it feels. Galladay can't catch a damn cold. He got benched for a guy who we just signed not even 10 days ago. Shepard's hurt. Slayton is just starting to get a rhythm again. Wan'Dale Robinson is a rookie. He still has a lot to learn. So, our left guard can't block. Our center is just coming back from having 7 surgeries on his damn leg. We got a hodgepodge at the O-line, which is why we got 2 tight ends in there trying to block. And we can't throw Saquon the ball because he's got to stay in there and pick up the blitz. So you're stuck with KG, Isaiah Hodgins, who we just picked up off of somebody else's practice squad, and the rookie Wan'Dale Robinson. So you're literally trying to find 3 receivers, one who's a rookie, one who they have to double cover, Slayton, and Kenny Galladay, who can't even run away from his own shadow. So you basically got 1 receiver, and everybody piling down on you because your left guard sucks ass. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say it for what it is. The left guard, we definitely need help at left guard. So we have 11 picks coming up. I want a legitimate left guard, a legitimate center, and a legitimate number 1 wide receiver with them first 3 picks. Then go get me a dog middle linebacker to go with Darian Beavers. And they talking about bringing Tremont Edmonds over here.
I like it.
Nate? You know what I just looked up? Galladay's injured.
Who cares? He's useless anyway.
Yeah, we don't talk about him.
He's not injured. He lost his job to Isaiah Hodgins. They putting it on paper that he's injured because he's not stepping on the field no more, and they're trying to let him save face. Did you not hear how he got booed?
Yeah, I heard that.
He
got the Evan Ingram treatment.
Tanner said that after the it went right through the hands. People were I saw that one kid just screaming out this job. I was like, damn. I think KG has been terrible, but get me the Giants.
Can't get right, man. His name is Can't Get Right. I told y'all that shit months ago. Can't Get Right. From the movie Life. Now the motherfucker about to leave. We're not gonna mention can't get right. Then lost your job to a practice squad player. You trash.
I'm gonna go with the. Sorry, I was looking at my phone. I'm gonna go with the Giants here. I'm gonna go with the Giants by 10. The Giants by 10.
You bugging.
That being said, I'm gonna have to agree. I don't think we win by 10. I think we win by 3 or 7. But I agree. I'm gonna go with the Giants here. I don't think the defense of the Lions is any good. I think we are depleted at offense. But that being said, we're gonna find a way like we did all season. Brian Dable is an excellent coach. Rick Martindale is an excellent defensive coordinator, and homie Mike is calling great game plans. Obviously we don't have the ribbons to get the ball down the field in the blink of an eye, but Barkley's playing outstanding football. Daniel Jones is
79
playing
yards
decent.
away from 1,000.
Absolutely. Leading rusher in the NFL. Daniel Jones is playing decent. He does what he has to, but I don't think we have the ribbons to really stretch the field in this point. So won the ball, your little screens, do what we did. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't watch the game this last Sunday. I was at my nephew's birthday party. But that being said, we did come out there. The name that should not be spoken is obviously not stepping up. But I think we can get it done without him, because we've been getting it done without him all season. This is Barkley's offense. Let Barkley control it, and Daniel Jones don't make mistakes. That being said,
but we got to make sure that we don't overdo it with Barkley, because if we make a push into the playoffs, we're going to need him healthy. And last week against the Texans, he touched the ball 46 times.
Absolutely, and that's why I think we should get our other running backs involved. Your Breeders of the world, your Brightwells of the world. You know what I'm saying? Get them involved as well. They're shown to, obviously we don't have the best offensive line, but they're shown to have decent games when they did touch the ball.
I'm sorry, he ran the ball 35 times.
35 times.
46 run plays total. 35 of them were him.
Absolutely. What we're gonna do is we're actually going to take a break of the picks for now, and we'll get back to it. We're going to get into some questions. So that being said, Logan, you can host it now, and I'm going to take a break.
Alrighty. So, what are your guys' thoughts on the Vikings upsetting the Bills?
Go right ahead, Lou.
I'll just say
Josh Allen cost them that game with little mental mistakes at the end. That fumble in the end zone, which led to the touchdown, and then that pick. I don't know what the hell he was thinking throwing that ball.
Absolutely. Go right ahead, Nate.
I was just gonna agree with him. When you want this game, if I'm Josh Allen, you have to understand this game was all on you. You guys were basically 50 seconds away to win this game. But guess what? What happened to the Bills always happens to the Bills. Fumble at the 1-yard line. This is the problem with the Bills, honestly. Closing out games. They haven't closed out games this season. The Jets beat them in a close game. And again, the Vikings did what they had to do to win the game. By luck, maybe, but listen, it's football. You get chances, and they got chances, so. And the Vikings, they're a good team. I think the Vikings have proved now they beat a really, really good team. And I think the Vikings, with how Cousins has played not that bad since the Eagles game. Cousins he's been looking good the last couple of weeks. So
great football.
Yeah, Logan, you can go.
Do you realize that if Josh Allen would not have made them mistakes and they would have won that game?
But here's the thing about football. When you play against
hold on. Let me ask a question. Do you realize had the Bills won that game, Minnesota would be Giants would be 7, and we'd be tied for second place in the whole NFC.
That's crazy, huh?
That's crazy. That'd be crazy.
Do you realize we're only 1 game back from first place?
I see.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, I'm going to interrupt you real fast, Logan. I want to actually give my opinion on this game. I didn't really watch it, so I am not going to give my opinion on it. But what I will say is this is a Super Bowl. This is a Super Bowl preview. I have the Vikings representing the NFC. You know, I said it previous weeks prior. The Vikings is my pick to represent the NFC this season, and I have the Bills to pick to represent the AFC this season. So that's the Super Bowl preview right here. Now things happen. It's the NFL. People can get hurt. You know what I'm saying? But when you have a defense like the Vikings have,
Josh Allen was also
so
playing.
You and Miz both had the same Super Bowl prediction.
No, I didn't even know Miz had it. That's awesome. The thing about it too is the Vikings have a defense, and the offense is playing good football. They have a good offense. They have a good. Even if I'm not even trying to wish injury on anybody, but you look at the second string running back in Madison. The guy can ball out. You know, you look at the receivers; they're balling out. Like Kirk Cousins is playing great football right now, and then to get into the Giants being in first place, I don't want to get too neg on that. I just think that this is a special year for this unit, and miracles can happen. So nothing is out of the realm of possibilities, especially with this coaching staff. This coaching staff, maybe hold on. This coach, hold on. Let me finish.
Zion tried to slay me on the stream. You dirty motherfucker.
Let me finish though. Now, I do believe that this coaching staff has the experience to make it through the tournament, but I also feel that we don't have the roster to make it through this tournament. And when you get to the tournament, not only scheme can win games, you have to have a legit
you
roster.
need all three phases. Yep.
Absolutely. And that's why
I have us getting in there, but not making a real good push unless we bring OBJ in here.
Yeah, that's the only way I see it too.
Yeah,
and you leave him on the sidelines until mid-December, and then you bring him back mid-December, and y'all go hard. Pause.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's I agree. I was thinking of that, and that's why I paused for so long. Like, unless you really if they look at this team and they really say, like, okay, wait, hold up, we're in a position to really make a push here. Let's go get someone like a OBJ, because we can't trade for anybody, and he's the best free agent out there. So we'll see what happens, because when you have someone like Barkley, you know,
listen, when you
the guy's
put
motivated.
A guy like OBJ on the field he demands respect. You have to watch where he's at on the field.
Opens the lanes for Barkley, helps
then it not only does it open things up for Barkley, but it gives Slayton some room. It gives Wan'Dale Robinson some room. And if Bellinger can come back, it gives him some room. Now, what we need is the damn left guard to act like he knows what he's getting paid to do. You know what I mean? Because it's if you notice, every time Daniel Jones is under pressure, it's from the left guard.
That's true. Absolutely.
I get it. He's a rookie. I get it. He's a rookie and he's playing for an injured guy. I get it, but I'm gonna need you to tighten up, because we're trying to make a push and you're making it hard. We need to keep DJ upright.
That's facts. And to be honest, like, I know we're talking about the Vikings upset, Logan. Keep on interrupting, but that's my statement. I know this is going to cause big heated debate, and we can get into that debate later. But DJ has to do something amazing for me to say that I want him around. I'm tired of hearing the
what?
That's a pause. That's our pause button.
No. You said DJ has to do something amazing.
Yeah. No, here, let me finish though. I don't want to cause
7-2.
Hold on. I don't want to cause. Okay, let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this though. It's always if Brian Daboll can and Mike Kafka can scheme something up for DJ, when you have at least 5 top cream of the crop, not maybe cream of the crop, we have 3 cream of the crop. Let me ask you guys this. Now, if CJ goes number 1, and then Hayden goes number 2, and Bryce Young is sitting there, okay? Bryce Young is sitting there.
I don't want Bryce Young.
Let's just be honest. Let's be real, Giants fans. Like, if Bryce Young is sitting there, I'm taking Bryce Young, because it's resets. It's a reset.
And this, sir, is why you are not qualified for this position.
Here, hold on. That's what I don't get. Don't take me out because I'm making an important point here that Giant fans need to understand. It resets the contract. When's the last time a number one receiver worked out for us? And guess what? The cream of the crop, the number one receivers. There's five top number one receivers that was ranking coming into the year. And this is a person that been watching college football, that watches it every Saturday, that studies the game of college football this season because they're actually paying the fucking
we're
players.
not picking high.
Hold on,
we're 7-2. We're not
they're actually paying the players. But
pick.
here's the thing: there's 5 wide receivers. Here's the thing: there's 5 wide receivers that's coming that was ranked really high. That's not doing that good in college football. So they're gonna drop to later rounds, the second round, the third round. One of them plays for LSU. So that being said, but that's what people don't realize. Like, you can look at his college, but the way you watch football is not the way that these coaches are watching football, right? So if you get a early pick on the quarterback, right, then you can always get a wide receiver in the later rounds. But all I'm saying is Daniel.
Zion.
No, I want to make this
We are not
point.
drafting a quarterback in this draft. If we do, it'll be like a 5th round dude to back up DJ. I promise you. We're not. I promise you. We have 11 picks, and we're 7-2 right now. Without a dog at center, without a dog at left guard, without our linebacker who was supposed to lead our defensive unit, was Darian Beavers. He got hurt. Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right. Now we also need a dog at tight end because Bellinger's good, but he's not the guy that we wanted, like Trey McBride or Ferguson. You know what I'm saying?
No, I didn't want
to. We have a lot of deficiencies on this roster, and despite of them, we're 7-2 without a true number one receiver, right? Without a number 3, really. Wanda Robinson is in week 10 of his NFL career. Okay, so you can't really say he's a number 3 receiver
because so true.
He's still in the playbook. You know what I mean? So you're basically out there with a practice squad guy in Isaiah Hodgins, a crippled man with no hips in Kenny Galladay, and Darius Slayton, who's getting double covered. And then you got the left guard getting pancaked and allowing pressure on DJ, which is why he has to pull it down and run so much. Which true, he's protected the ball. He's shown great pocket awareness this year.
Great,
he's made better decisions. He hasn't been throwing the ball away. He hasn't been fumbling. He hasn't been a one-read quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He's done everything that people knocked him for. He's corrected. And on top of that, he's winning games with a deficiency of people to throw it to. So that alone and the toughness that he's had to endure, the stupid-ass questions that people ask him and all that shit, and the way he handles the media, he doesn't get bothered, and the way he yelled at his receiver for not being where he was supposed to be.
I did like that, yes.
He finally showed some moxie. You know what I'm saying? And the team respects him. They follow him. And I think that we're starting to build something good here. If you snatch him or Barkley out, you ruin this team. And if you draft a quarterback high, you create a controversy with all the DJ haters, and that becomes a distraction, and you ruin this team.
No, I do like your points on interrupting the culture, and we're building something real great here. But then again, that was just my opinion. And here's the thing too. No, you got it. I didn't mean to say it like that. Here's the thing too. I still need to see something amazing. Now, you mentioned a lot of good points, and he doesn't need to go out there and throw 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. Like, he doesn't need to do that.
He can't. But to who?
He can't. I know exactly.
You got you and Hub out there catching passes.
Put it this way to kind of explain my point a little bit more. I'm
throwing
wondering
passes to you, Hub, and Diggy.
I'm wondering if is there now I can recap certain games where, like, for me, I'm looking at it as this way. He needs to do something. Barkley is this offense and this defense. The defense and Barkley is what I see in this team. Now, obviously, Daniel Jones is playing good football. He's playing, not the best, but he can because he doesn't have the receivers. I'm not going to echo your points.
Okay, so did you see? Did you not see? Oh, you didn't watch the game. You just admitted that. Okay, so you did not see when the dude collapsed on Josh Azudu and came through on the left side. Daniel Jones rolled to his right, stepped up in the pocket. Dude was on his back. He threw a fucking 40-yard line, a 40-yard dime on a line right to Darius Slayton while getting hit for the touchdown. Yeah.
I do
That was
see
all
that.
DJ because he checked into that play because he read their coverage.
I do see that. And here's the thing. I'm not gonna go into this because this is gonna cause a whole other open conversation.
Too long.
I talk to Adam. I do talk to Adams. That's good. But here's the thing, dude. I see now. No, it's different. But we're gonna end it with this, and then we can do a whole other show about this topic. I do see quarterbacks in college that if you give Coach Daboll and Mike Caff with them, could do the exact same thing with the line that we have.
No, they cannot. And I'm going to tell you why. Maybe in 3 or 4 years. You cannot bring any of them quarterbacks coming out in this draft class and throw them in Brian Daboll's complicated system and think that they're going to be 7-2 their first year.
He has a point.
So
now, in 2 or 3 seasons, yes, I believe Daboll will have any one of them guys ready to go lights out. But year one, no. You got to get the timing, the chemistry with the receivers. You got to learn the playbook, the verbiage, the audibles. All of this is complicated for pros. So then you factor in that you're coming in as a rookie. The game speed is different. The power level of these guys, you're a 20-year-old kid, 21. These dudes is 30 years old. Been treating their body right for 10 years longer than you, and they know the play. They know the game. So when you think in 1, 2, 3, they already at 1.5 and then pop the shit out you.
Now, I mean, like, if we could draft, like, don't get me wrong. If we draft a quarterback, I'm going to wish him the best. If, like, who's to say we could draft a quarterback and he turns into the next Justin Herbert? We don't know if that could happen or not.
No, yeah, you're right. I don't know the future. I do know that I said 11-6 and we 7-2 right now, though. I do know that.
That's so true. That's so true. And we can. I have so much else to say, but let's move on to the next topic. Good shit, Lou. I love this conversation.
Alrighty, so what's the next game we got here?
Oh, wait, we got the Jets versus the Patriots. Now the Patriots are given the Jets +3, and the Patriots are playing at Gillette Stadium. Who do you guys got in this one?
Bust that ass. Sorry.
Yeah, let's know. It's your turn to talk. Go right ahead.
Jets gonna bust that ass. The Jets beat the Bills, guys. The Jets defense is for real. Their offense is still struggling, but their defense is legit. And defense wins championships, and that's why the Giants are in it. Giants defense. Now, mind you, we haven't even had Ojulari in the game.
What's his problem, though? What is Ojulari's injury? I forget.
He sprained his MCL.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Thank God he didn't tear it. So he'll be back in a few weeks. And Evan Neal is coming back for the Cowboys game on Thanksgiving. Nice. So we're starting to get healthy, but the Jets defense is for real, and
that's true.
I think they can pull it off. What's the points?
Jets +3.
Oh yeah, take the Jets.
Absolutely. I have to say the Jets here. Like the Patriots, under Bill Belichick, they still can win this game.
Under Joe Judge.
No, he took back the play calling duties. That being said, this is a fast Jets, and I don't condone gambling if you're underage, but this is a fast parlay. You guys can choose to follow if you guys want. A lot of people will take the Saints. You take the Rams. If you just want to put something real fast. Now, I was just talking about the Colts winning, but do I really feel confident including it in this parlay? Probably not. But if we zoom out here. Sorry.
What?
And zoom out. Hold on.
Man, Peyton Manning over there with Jeff Saturday right now showing the quarterback some new audibles. Omaha. Omaha.
Let me click on it. With that being said, I can't show you guys that because the screen is not working right now.
Wait a minute. Who's the quarterback over there? Because they got rid of Matt Ryan. Who's the quarterback over there?
Sam Ehlinger.
Who?
Exactly.
The Texas guy that I know he went to Texas, but
Ehlinger?
Yeah.
Ehlinger, yeah.
I Fast little parlay right there for you, fam. You take the Giants, the -3. You take the Los Angeles Rams, the +4, and you take the Jets +3. That's the last little $20 to win you 122. You know what I'm saying? Don't have to follow that. Obviously, I'm not probably gonna do that. I'm just saying that's how confident I am with the Jets. You add them into a parlay.
You're confident, then do it.
I'm gonna put 60 on it.
Well,
Shit.
it's
So what 60 get you? What 60 get you?
It's Wednesday, so I'm gonna do my research. Of course, don't lock the bets in too fast,
What
guys.
does 60 get you?
I'm about to do it right now.
What does 6?
We do not take responsibility for any loss of money that may take
366. And even if you're feeling super confident in the Tennessee Titans, you just add that 30. That Thursday night game to this too. Let's let it reset. I don't know why it's not resetting. But that being said,
under the grounds that
I didn't hear you answer me. 60 gets you what?
60 gets you 366. If you add in the Tennessee Titans to that, parlay, 60 gets you 773. We do not condone gambling if you're underage.
See, now everybody's
if it's illegal in your state.
Everybody's gonna pick Green Bay, and that's what's gonna mess their ticket up. Tennessee's gonna win that game. Tennessee's gonna win that game by a short margin, but Tennessee's gonna pull it out. What do y'all think about Barkley being the leading rusher in the league, which I also predicted before the season started?
I'm absolutely happy about it. As you predicted that, I predicted Barkley as the comeback player.
Yep.
And he's shown. I didn't realize it was going to be that fast. I thought it was going to take some time. I thought our offensive line was going to take some time to gel, which they are. And Barkley don't fucking give. He's going to get his, and he's carrying this whole team in a inspiration of culture. You know what I'm saying? If you think of the New York Giants nowadays, you think of obviously like Barkley and you think of culture. Like we are totally the opposite that we was under Joe's regime, under Ben's regime, under
Joe Judge's Bizarre Adventure,
Schumer's regime. You know what I'm saying? So that
let's do a quarterback sneak through.
It's absolutely amazing. I feel proud as a Giants fan. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, the reason I asked that is because I remember saying Barkley was going to run for 2,000 yards. Barkley's going to be the leading rusher. I said our offense was going to run primarily through Barkley for at least the first 6 weeks until our offensive line learned how to pass protect because we were better run blocking than pass protecting. All of that shit has happened exactly the way I said it, except for the 2,000 yards yet. But he's going.
On track. Let's get it.
All right. Give me the jet. Let's just speed through this last part because we got a few topics to get to.
All right. Speed topic. Let's go.
Jets by 6. Nate, what do you got?
Wait, hold on. Before you go, Logan, I'm gonna scroll for everything. You just give your picks on everything. Nate, give your picks on everything, and then go so forth. So, Jets. Logan got Jets. Commanders in Houston. Logan.
Commanders by 7.
Commanders.
Right. Falcons Chicago and 10. Bears. Wait, Nate, just let Logan go first, and then I'll ask you. So this is Logan's section.
Texans win that one.
Chicago Bears versus Atlanta Falcons. Chicago Bears +3. Raiders versus Broncos.
Tie.
Dallas Cowboys
Russell
versus
Wilson
Vikings.
finally gets a win.
Vikings by 4.
Cincinnati versus Steelers.
Cincinnati gets their revenge on the Steelers. Give me this Bengals by 17.
Kansas City versus Los
Bengals
Angeles
by
Chargers.
17.
The Chiefs by 2.
San Francisco 49ers versus Arizona Cardinals.
Niners by 9.
Well, you better put that weed down, baby.
Alrighty.
Ain't no Steelers by no 17.
Alrighty. Let's go to. Let's take a little bit of time to recap what Lou was saying. You don't believe in the Steelers, Logan?
No, they're Kenny Pickett is their quarterback. Enough said.
All right, Nate. Commanders versus Houston Texans.
All right, Commanders.
Bears versus Atlanta Falcons.
Falcons.
We're gonna actually do this.
Are you fucking betting?
Los Angeles Raiders versus Denver Broncos.
We just said don't commend betting, and then you see
if you're underage, go ahead, Nate. Raiders versus Broncos.
Yeah, give me the Raiders.
Dallas versus Vikings.
Vikings.
Cincinnati versus Steelers.
Bengals.
Chiefs, Chargers.
Chargers upset.
49ers, Cardinals.
Oh, Niners.
All right,
Colin
so
Murray's been playing.
that's
That
a
man's been playing
7
Call of Duty on the
parlay.
sideline.
You put $5 on the 7 parlay, you get 457 if you hit
Shit.
off of $5.
Yo, Big Fridge, chill out, bro. That's funny.
That being said, let's move to Lou. Lou, who do you got in this one? We got the Commanders versus Houston Texans.
What's the points?
+2 to Texans at home.
Texas +3 all day.
Texans +3. We got Atlanta at home. We're giving Chicago +3 coming in.
Chicago wins
Chicago
by
wins.
more than 3.
Raiders and Broncos.
I think
Raiders
Russell finally gets a win.
Russell gets it right.
I think Russell finally wins one.
Cowboys
They run
versus,
the ball.
Absolutely. Cowboys versus Vikings.
Vikings.
Bengals versus Steelers. Bengals
Steelers.
giving Steelers.
Steelers.
All right. Steelers with the points. I love that. You're getting +4. So Bengals will have to win by a touchdown. Chiefs versus Chargers.
Chiefs.
Chiefs to cover. 49ers versus Cardinals. Cardinals are getting 8.
I think the Cardinals shock everybody. They've
I
been
think
losing. They've been losing some close ones. I think they fuck around and pull this one off.
I think Kyler Murray is still injured. Do you still want to follow through?
Oh shit!
Colt
McCoy is a legend, though. Colt
McCoy's a good backup. He'll fuck around. He'll fuck around. Remember, he beat Russell Wilson for us.
when Nate took 49ers, Lou's gonna take the Cardinals. Let's see how that changes. I think most of you guys got a lot of things the same. We're gonna put five on that. We'll win you 457. If you just put $5, if you want to go with the 60, that'll win you $5,493. A 7 parlay for $5,493 off of 60.
For how much?
Off of $60 a bet. If all your teams was to hit on a $60 bet, you will win $5,493 with 79 cents.
What is the website? Shit.
Mybookie.com.
For $60 to get 5 stacks.
Mybookie.com. We do not condone betting.
Oh, we condone betting. This is a betting show.
Make sure you deposit with Bitcoin. That's what I do. That being said, I'm gonna go with the Commanders here. I'm gonna take the Atlanta Falcons to cover at home. I'm gonna take the Broncos. Russell Wilson will get it right. The Vikings, which I don't know, fuck that. Vikings. I'm gonna take the Steelers here. The division game. I think the Bengals will win this game probably by 3. I'll take the Steelers to cover. I'm gonna take the Chiefs here, and I'll take the 49ers here. I can't really do that Cardinals bet with Colt McCoy. Nothing against Colt McCoy. That being said, you lock in 20, that'll get you 1752. You lock in 60, that'll get you 5,258. That being said, that does it for the picks.
All right, I want you to do me a favor.
Absolutely.
I want you after this video is done, go back and look at my picks that we just did.
Okay.
And tell me what I would have won had I picked them same teams the way I just picked it. If I put 60.
All right. So all of your teams you pick, you want to do a full? Okay, say that one more time.
The whole shit that we just did when you went to me and you asked me specifically each team.
Okay, wait, I can do it right here. I think I remember if my memory serves me right. You took the Cardinals.
You could just go back and watch the video.
But watch this. I'll just try to remember. You took the Chiefs. Did you take the Bengals or the Steelers?
I took the Steelers.
You took the Steelers. You took the Vikings. You took the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
You took the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
You took the Washington Commanders or the Texans? Texans. You took the Jets.
Yep.
You took the Detroit Lions. You had them winning by 3 in the shootout. You took the Saints or the Rams?
You didn't ask me that just now. When we ran through the speed round just now, I think it was 17.
Talking about when he did it by the speed round shit. He's not talking about all the games.
Oh, that was the speed round? All right, so let's not do the Giants. The speed round, you wanted to put 60. Well, not including the Jets. If you include the Jets, that'll win you 10K.
Yeah, I'm talking about the speed round, just that little speed round we did. It was the Broncos, the Bears, the Cardinals.
We had 7, so that would include the Texans. We had a 17 parlay. What did you want to put?
Minnesota, the Rams. Yep. The Cardinals. Minnesota, the Cardinals, the Broncos, the Texans.
60 will win you $5,493 with 79 cents.
I think I'm gonna do that shit.
That's just
I'm gonna do that shit, and I'm gonna come back on your stream when I win and be like, "Motherfucker, I told you."
Lou, a note will get you 9,000. Just put a whole C note on it. Put a whole C note on it. We don't condone gambling. Make sure it's legal in your state. 100 C note will get you 9,000.
This is a betting show. We do condone gambling as long as you're over the age of 21.
And you're in a legal state.
Of course.
Facts.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up.
MyBookie.com about to get $100 from me, and they're about to give me 9 bands. Yes,
Make sure you deposit with Bitcoin.
Why?
All right, everybody, get your final shout outs in.
Oh, because it's less tax.
Man, give a damn about no damn taxes. They coming to get that shit no matter how you do it. Shit, you got to pay when you're born. Hence, birth certificate.
All right, guys. You guys have a great night. Thank you so much for watching tonight. Let's
you got to pay
get
when
it.
you die. Death certificate.